I learned this principle from my father. Everywhere he went, under his breath, he was always either singing, praying, or he would be whistling. He loved to whistle the tune from the Andy Griffith Show. I heard that hundreds and hundreds of times. You know, it wasn't anything spiritual, but he had a joyful attitude. When he was whistling, he was saying, God, I love you. Thank you for what you've done in my life. That was his way of making melody in his heart. Vacuuming the house. You can do it thinking, I can't stand to clean this place. Or you can do it humming the tune to, I am a friend of God. Going to the grocery store, you can dread it, go there sour, or you can go there whistling with a song of praise in your heart. My brother Paul, every time he comes in the back door of the church, I hear him whistling just like my father. He's never in tune, but he's happy. My grandmother used to do this same thing. We'd go over to her house a lot growing up, and every time I saw her, she would be humming a tune, real low. Unless you were right up to her, you couldn't hear it. But ironing the clothes, cooking us dinner, coming to church with my grandfather, she was always making melody in her heart. I can't remember one time ever seeing my grandmother upset, worried, frustrated. Even when things didn't go her way, she'd just kind of laugh it off. Her attitude was, I'm not going to worry. I know everything's going to be all right. One time my grandparents came over to our house for Thanksgiving dinner. My grandmother forgot the turkey, the main dish. Didn't ruin her day, did mine, not hers, but she just laughed and said, can you believe I did that? Nothing took her song. No wonder she was always happy. No wonder she lived so long, so healthy. She was constantly making melody in her heart. I wonder how much more we'd enjoy life, how much longer and healthier we would live if we would do like her and keep that song of praise on the inside. I'm not talking about being musical. I'm talking about a lifestyle of being thankful, seeing the best, always thinking about what God has done, how blessed we are, how good things are in store. Even in difficulties, we're not complaining. We're thanking God that He's bigger than our problem. We're thanking Him that what He started, He'll finish in our lives. At our house, we have a lot of birds on the outside, especially at certain times of year. Cardinals, blue jays, robins. Early in the morning, usually about a half hour before sunrise, they start singing and singing. It sounds like a symphony. There are so many different kinds of birds, different sounds. It's right outside our bedroom window. Many mornings they are singing so loud that they wake me up. They are so full of joy, they're almost annoying. As I listen to those birds singing back and forth, filling our backyard with beautiful music, those birds don't seem like they have a care in the world. Don't they know the price of oil has gone down? Cost of living has gone up. Traffic's gotten worse. Trouble in the Middle East. They just sing like life is good, like everything's going to be all right, like their Creator is watching after them. The other morning, there was this big storm. Lightning, thunder. The rain was coming down so hard. I was lying in bed listening to it all, thinking, boy, this is a good time to be sleeping. About that time, outside my window, I heard those birds start to sing. I thought, you have got to be kidding. I wanted to say, birds, don't you realize you're getting wet? It's storming, there's lightning. You're supposed to be miserable. Why are you singing in the midst of this turmoil? See, nobody told the birds to quit singing when it rains, to be depressed when they have a bad break, to be sour when somebody does them wrong. They just sing like they don't care. If we were birds, we would think, it's sprinkling today. I'm taking the day off. No singing for me. My nest got a little wet. I'm out for 3 months. Cover for me. We need to learn a lesson from the birds. Don't complain when it storms. Don't be sour when things don't go your way. Just keep singing. Keep making melody. Keep being grateful. It may be rough on the outside, but stay full of joy on the inside. Keep that song of praise in your heart. Paul said in Philippians, do all things without complaining. That means do the dishes without complaining. Drive in traffic without complaining. Sit where the ushers ask you to sit without complaining. Watch the Texans without complaining. Sometimes we complain about the very thing that we asked God for, and He gave it to us. You prayed for that bigger house. Don't complain that you have more to clean. You prayed for that wife. Don't complain that you have to work 7 jobs to afford her. You prayed for that baby. Don't complain that you have to get up sometimes in the middle of the night. For 3.5 years, we prayed and believed for this place, the former Compaq Center. When God gave it to us, it was a dream come true. First year we were here, they showed me the utility cost for a year, $1 million. I thought, God, can we go back to our old place? It's easy to complain. There's always some reason to be sour, upset, complain about the traffic, complain about the city, complain about the church. I didn't get anything out of that message today. We complain about a message on complaining. Here's a good phrase to remember. When you complain, you remain, but when you praise, you'll be raised. When you have that song in your heart, you're always thinking about God's goodness, you're going to rise higher. You're going to see more of God's favor. One time, Victoria and I were at an amusement park when our children were small, and we'd been waiting in line for about 45 minutes for this very popular ride. It was a beautiful day. We were enjoying our time together. This lady came off the ride with her 2 children. She was headed toward the rest of her family. They were in line right behind us. Before she even got close, she started saying, it wasn't worth it. They didn't let us sit together. That's not right. I can't believe we waited an hour. On and on. Complaining so loud so everybody could hear. After a couple of minutes, when she finally stopped, I just kind of joking and having fun. I said, well, was there anything good about the ride? She looked at me and said, are you that guy on TV? I said, no, ma'am, I'm a dentist. I wasn't about to tell her. She lit into me, but forgive me, Lord, for lying. But here's my point. Here it was a beautiful day. She's at the amusement park with her family. Her kids were healthy and strong, but she found some reason to complain. We create much of our own unhappiness. How we respond to negative things, how we approach life. When you develop this habit of seeing the good and